In this video, we will show you how to replace your rear wheel bearing and hub assembly on this Nissan Maxima. This will be located behind your rear brakes. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we have to do is safely raise and support the rear of the vehicle so the wheel's off the ground. After completing that, we're going to remove all 5 of our 21mm lug nuts so we can get the wheel off of here. Now that we have the wheel off, we have a clear view of our rear brakes. We're going to have to disassemble these so we can make our way along the back side. Now with that said, we're going to start by dislodging our caliper. We do not need to remove the caliper slider mounting bolts. We'll just make our way right to the caliper bracket mounting bolts. That's the larger bolt heads you can see back here. Now for each of these, we're going to be using a 19mm. I like to start with the bottom one, which is located behind this control arm here. We'll just go ahead and break this free. Start loosening it, but what you're going to find is it only really comes out so far. At that point, we'll have to pause. We'll continue on to the upper mounting bolt. Once we have that one fully removed, we should be able to shift this around enough that we can remove that last mounting bolt. We'll slide the caliper out of place. You just want to give that a quick inspection. Typically around where the pads are is the most important area. We'll hang it aside, putting no pressure on our flex hose. Moving along, we're going to remove our brake rotor from the area. Just go ahead and take hold of that. We'll give it a little wiggle. It should slide out of place. If it does not, you might have to de-adjust your emergency brake shoes. If that's the case, go ahead and remove your rubber plug and make your adjustment. Ours moves pretty well. A quick inspection of that brake rotor. Now with the brake rotor out of the way, we can see our emergency brake shoes, just a quick inspection of those, and we can also see our wheel bearing. To dislodge the wheel bearing, it's going to be fairly simple. Along the back side, you'll find that you have 4 17mm headed mounting bolts, and then we can remove the wheel bearing out through this area. Now right along the back side here, I can feel each one of those 19mm headed mounting bolts. Let's start getting these out of here. Go ahead and take hold of the bearing. We're going to attempt to give it a wiggle. It may not fall out of place. If that's the case, carefully tap on the wheel bearing hub here, being extremely careful not to cause any damage to either of your parking brake shoes or hardware. I'm going to be using a hammer for this, a couple light taps, and be extremely careful nothing falls down and potentially hurts you along the way. There we go. There it is, friend. Now that we have the bearing out of there, the next thing we have to do is clean and inspect the mounting area. Aside from just the mounting area, there's one other thing that we'll be paying attention to, and that's the ABS wheel speed sensor tucked up inside this rearward corner here. Double check to make sure it doesn't look broken, damaged, or worn in any way. As far as cleaning this down, I'm just going to use a small wire brush, make my way inside this area to try to remove any of this miscellaneous corrosion. And then we'll also just make sure we clean up the base on that backing plate where the bearing is going to press directly against. Okay, now it's time to install our brand new rear wheel bearing. We're going to get this in position, aligning all 4 of our mounting bolt ports. We'll start in those mounting bolts. After they're all started in, you can bottom them out, and we'll torque each of those to 65 foot-pounds. I've applied some blue thread locker to my threaded portions on each one of the mounting bolts. They're all snug. Let's go ahead and torque those. Continuing on, we're going to clean the back side of our brake rotor on the mating surface here. You can use some parts cleaner, wire brush if necessary. Let's apply some anti-seize to the mating surface on our wheel bearing hub. Let's get ready to install our brake rotor. Should slide right into place. Now continuing on, before installing the rest of the brakes, you're going to want to make an adjustment for your parking brake shoes. To do that, on your brake rotor, you're typically going to find a small rubber plug. You should be able to pull that out of place using a small screwdriver if necessary. A quick inspection, you will be reusing it. Now we're going to have to make our adjustment with that adjuster that's located behind this area. For this, I'm just going to use a flat blade screwdriver, and we're going to turn that adjustment one way or the other as needed. For making this adjustment, what we want to do is start adjusting it outward a little bit until you feel a little bit of pressure on this brake rotor, just a little bit of noise. Once you do hear that, back it off a couple turns, confirming that you do not feel very much drag. If you do have drag and it's trying to cause resistance, that's going to cause heat, and that's going to make things expand, and your brakes might lock up on you. Let's make our adjustment here. See that right there? That's too tight. Let's back it off. Perfect. Once it's properly adjusted, make sure that you protect the area with your protective boot. Just go ahead and slide it right in there. Now we can get the caliper in place. Let's slide this over the brake rotor. We'll align each one of our mounting bolt ports, start those in, snug them up. After that, torque them to 62 foot-pounds. I've got some blue thread locker on my threads. If you find you have a hard time getting your torque wrench into this area, go ahead and use a wrench, and we'll give it a couple taps with a rubber mallet confirming it's tight. One last quick inspection in this area, we can reinstall our wheel. Once we have the wheel up in place, we'll go ahead and start on all 5 of our 21mm lug nuts. We'll bottom them out, get the wheel safely on the ground. We're going to torque each of the lug nuts to 83 foot-pounds. Now that we have the wheel safely on the ground, we can torque these to that 83 foot-pounds in a crisscross manner. Torqued. Okay, friend, we finished the installation of our rear wheel bearing. The next thing you need to do is go ahead and hop in the passenger compartment. Pump up the brake pedal till it's nice and firm. You want to take your vehicle for a road test. Make sure you don't hear any odd noises coming from this area, and definitely no ABS light. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.